love you. I wish things were simpler. I wish I could tell you that everything in the world was easy to explain. But I will tell you something. Everything that you see around you, all of it, it's all love in one way or another. Look at yourself. What things do you love? Who do you love? When do you love? Why? And how? And then take that aspect and that perspective, that brand new lens, and look out into the world. Open your eyes and see. I love every single one of you, even the ones that you might hate. Think of people who go out and have relations with others, but never commit. They seem to cause so much damage. And they have their reasons. Maybe they love the chase. Maybe they love the infatuation of it, a brand new body to lay with. Look at those who chase money and place numbers over human life. What do you think it is that they love? Is it the green? Or is it the numbers? Because the green is slowly slipping away, and only numbers remain. And when only numbers remain, a zero can become 1 trillion. Like that. But what happens to you when their zero becomes 1 trillion? What happens to your savings, your money, what you've built over your life? But they still do it out of love. They do it out of love for the numbers, for the power of it. Even the puppets that they put on stage for you. Your Donald Trumps, your Justin Trudeau's, every single leader on the face of this planet had to pay for the position that they hold. And they had to pay in measures beyond just numbers, because they loved the glory of it. Self-infatuated individuals who love nothing more than their own reflection. Yet it's still love. when people kill, they do it because they love themselves out of protection. They love others out of protection, or they love just holding that power in their hands. And all it takes is just a click. Because so many have forgotten what it truly means. Even the people who are behind the curtains, who control everything, the people that you don't know about, some of them you may. Some of them are fairly popular these days. Their names are all around, but not all of them. No, grasshopper, you haven't heard of all of them. And it's not just limited to just one kind of people either. They're all over. The wonderful thing is that there's so few. But what they love, you don't want what they love. I would tell you. But you would never be able to understand how it is. Think of all the people from one side that claim to be opposing to this one particular group, and how they're all in the closet, every single last one. And the idol that they claim to worship controlled opposition, friend. Nothing more. So when you see them about, don't take them seriously. They're just acting crazy. Me, I'm doing my best to pretend that I'm sane. And in all of it, you may look out to the world and say, well, I can love people who want to help us build, but I will never love those who cause harm. And I understand. I truly get it. Likelihood is that you equate love with acceptance. Love is not always acceptance, friend. In fact, love rarely ever is acceptance, because love is not still. Love is a fire. It grows, it breathes, and it burns. It produces light. Love is not always gentle. Sometimes love has to be harsh, and it has to knock somebody down a few pegs in a very real way, one that cannot be denied or avoided. And if you can't grasp that concept, think of it like this. Imagine two lovers who are mad for each other. And we're talking heels overhead, full blown. What happens? What happens to their friends? What happens to their family? Sometimes even their jobs. It all gets cut off for a time. The two lovers burn bridges. But it's not for nothing. And you know that already. You know exactly where the story is going. Because they take their time together and they burn together. And when two flames burn into each other, what happens? They become one. And eventually, they will be satiated and have their fill with each other in one way or another, or in every way. And when they do, they'll come back into the fold. And when they do, chances are they're going to be carrying the most precious gift on the face of this planet. A brand new life. And that brand new life will mend all those old bridges that were burned, reduced to ash, and turn them into gold, like alchemy. Because that's what pure love does. Turns into gold. Men have taught you that you can't have wonderful things until after your death. I will tell you right now that God that they teach doesn't exist. There is a God that does. And it doesn't matter what name you give him. He would have never required you to have to pay for your sins. Because he created you. He knew you before the stars were even born. There's no ticket. There's no way out. You are here. I am here. We are here. And this is life right here, right now. And you can choose to make it better. You don't have to. You still have free will after all. But I'll tell you a little secret. Your soul is a construct of your free will. And your free will is a construct of you. And in this place, you don't get what you want. You do get some aspect of who you are and who you try to be. But in truth, the most valuable thing will be what you gain from who you know. So spread love everywhere you can, because you never know who might be just there waiting to lift you out of whatever it is that burdens you. You never know. And we can go one step further beyond that. Have you faced the shadow inside yourself? Come to terms with the things that rattle inside your head, the memories, the hurt, the pain, the suffering, the injustices that you see, the atrocities. Have you come to terms with those things? Because if you haven't, how will you ever grow? The answer is that you can't. You're stunted, stuck there in a place of ideas that have been planted inside your head by so many other outside voices, meant to carry up all that space so that way you can't think for yourself in one way or another. And then when you think about that, if you can manage to face your own shadow, face the things that you think you hate about this place, and see them for what they truly are, things that you honestly hate about yourself. Because what you hate about what you see is a reflection of who you are, and you don't get what you want. You get who you are and who you know. And once you can solve that riddle, look out to the rest of the world and apply the same process to all those people that you hate. Because if you cannot love them, if you cannot love the shadow, it can never change, ever. And to love them doesn't mean to accept them. You don't have to support their narratives or their ideas or the things that they hold true. All you have to do is just love, and that's it. You can love them from a distance for all I care. Just love. If you want a better place here, now, today, the answer is simple. Light up the darkness.